Men, words matter more than you realize. While you're focused on chemistry, attraction, or whether the conversation flows well, the specific phrases a woman uses on a first date are revealing her true intentions with surgical precision. Most men hear these statements, nod along, and think nothing of them. But these aren't random word choices, they're deliberate. Before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit hype to boost this episode. Drop a comment below with your city or country. I'm always curious where viewers are joining from. Phrase 1. I'm really looking for someone stable. Right now. When she says she's looking for someone stable, someone with their life together, or someone who's settled, most men hear this as her being mature and ready for a serious relationship. It's actually code for, I need someone to provide financial security and handle adult responsibilities I don't want to manage myself. She's not looking for partnership, she's looking for a safety net. What this actually means, this phrase reveals she's in provider hunting mode. She's not evaluating you for compatibility, shared values, or genuine connection. She's evaluating you for your ability to offer financial security, stable income, and resources that will make her life easier. The word stable is specifically chosen because it sounds mature while actually communicating, can you provide for me? Notice when this phrase appears in conversation. If it comes up early, when she's asking about your career, living situation, or financial circumstances, she's directly connecting stability to resources. She's not asking about emotional stability, consistency in relationships, or character reliability. She's asking about money and lifestyle provision. Watch what questions follow this statement. If she asks about your job security, career advancement, home ownership, savings, or financial goals after mentioning stability, she's conducting a financial screening interview disguised as getting to know you. She's evaluating your provider potential, not your personality or compatibility. Pay attention to whether she mentions her own stability or only seeks yours. If she's looking for someone stable but doesn't present herself as equally stable, she's looking for someone to stabilize her life rather than building stable life partnership. She wants you to provide what she hasn't created for herself. Observe if she contrasts this with past relationships. If she mentions past partners who were unstable, unreliable, or didn't have their lives together, she's revealing that previous relationships failed to provide the financial security or lifestyle she wants. You're being evaluated as potential upgrade from partners who couldn't fund her desired lifestyle. Notice whether she defines what stable means to her. If she elaborates that stable means owning property, having career advancement, earning certain income, or providing particular lifestyle, she's telling you exactly what financial requirements you need to meet. If she leaves it vague, she's hoping you'll volunteer information about your resources without her having to ask directly. Why this reveals her intentions. This phrase reveals her primary intention is securing a provider rather than finding a genuine partner. She's approaching dating transactionally, evaluating what you can provide rather than who you are. While financial compatibility matters in relationships, leading with "I need someone stable" exposes that resources are her primary selection criteria, not character or connection. Phrase 2. I just got out of something serious. When she mentioned she recently ended a serious relationship, just got out of something long-term, or is newly single, most men hear this as honest context about her relationship history. It's actually a warning that she's not emotionally available. You're likely a rebound, and she's using you to fill the void left by someone else while she processes that relationship. What this actually means. This phrase reveals she's not ready for anything genuine with you. She's still emotionally entangled with her previous relationship, processing that ending, and using new dating experiences to distract from or validate herself after that loss. You're not being evaluated as a potential long-term partner. You're serving as emotional filler while she heals from someone else. Notice how recently the relationship ended. If it was weeks or a few months ago and she's already dating, she hasn't taken time to process, heal, or establish independent identity outside that relationship. She's jumping straight from one relationship into dating, which means she's not comfortable being alone, and you're filling the relationship-shaped hole in her life. Watch whether she brings up the ex multiple times. If she references the previous relationship repeatedly throughout the date, comparing you to him, mentioning things they did together, or processing the ending through conversation with you, she's not over it. You're functioning as her therapist or emotional support while she works through feelings for someone else. Pay attention to why she says she's mentioning it. If she frames it as being honest and transparent, that sounds mature. But healthy timing would be waiting until after establishing some connection, not leading with it on a first date. Mentioning it immediately is either excuse-making for future unavailability or seeking sympathy that bonds you to her through caretaking rather than genuine interest. Observe what she says she's looking for, given this context. If she says she's not sure what she wants, taking things slow, or just seeing what happens, she's telling you she can't invest in anything serious because she's not emotionally available. You're being positioned as a casual distraction, not a serious prospect. Notice if she emphasizes how serious or long the previous relationship was. The more she emphasizes its seriousness, the more she's telling you how significant her emotional investment was in someone else. That level of investment doesn't disappear quickly. She's warning you that her emotional energy is still tied up in processing what ended, not available for building something new with you. Why this reveals her intentions. This phrase reveals her intention is using you as an emotional bridge between her past relationship and whatever comes next. You're not the destination, you're the transition. Whether she needs validation that she's still desirable, distraction from painful feelings, or just someone to fill time until she's ready to seriously date again, you're serving a temporary function in her emotional recovery process. Phrase 3, I'm very independent and don't need a man. When she emphasizes how independent she is, how she doesn't need a man, or how self-sufficient she's become, most men hear this as strength and self-reliance. It's actually revealing that she has walls up, struggles with vulnerability and intimacy, or has been hurt and is protecting herself by establishing emotional distance before you even get close. What this actually means, this phrase reveals she's either guarding against intimacy because of past hurt, or she's so focused on proving her independence that she can't actually build interdependent partnership. Women who lead with independence declarations aren't confidently self-sufficient. They're announcing they won't be emotionally available or vulnerable because they've decided needing anyone is weakness. Notice the energy behind the statement. If it's defensive or emphatic, she's protecting against vulnerability. If it's proud or boastful, she's built identity around not needing people and views relationship interdependence as threatening to that identity. Either way, she's telling you that getting close to her will be difficult because she's fortified against genuine emotional connection. Watch whether this comes up in response to something specific. If you offer to do something for her and she responds with independence declarations, she's uncomfortable receiving care or support. If it comes up when discussing relationships generally, she's establishing that she won't depend on you emotionally or practically, which limits relationship depth. Pay attention to whether she explains why she feels the need to emphasize this. If she mentions past relationships where she was too dependent or got hurt, she's overcorrected into emotional self-protection that will prevent genuine intimacy with you. If she doesn't explain, she's either testing whether you'll chase her anyway or establishing expectations that you won't get emotional access. Observe what she says she does want if she doesn't need a man. If she struggles to articulate what she actually wants from relationships beyond company or activities, she hasn't thought through what healthy interdependence looks like. She knows what she doesn't want, dependence or vulnerability, but hasn't figured out what healthy relationship actually means. Notice if this contradicts other things she says. Some women emphasize independence while also displaying behaviors that show they actually want traditional relationship dynamics. This contradiction reveals confusion about what they want, or testing whether you'll pursue them despite the walls they're advertising. Why this reveals her intentions. This phrase reveals her intention is keeping you at arm's length emotionally. She's not looking to build genuine intimacy or vulnerable connection. She's either protecting wounds from past relationships by ensuring you can't hurt her, or she's so committed to independence as identity that she can't actually participate in the interdependence that healthy relationships require. Either way, you're being told that emotional closeness won't be available. Phrase 4. Where do you see this going? When she asks where you see the relationship going, what you're looking for, or what your intentions are within the first date or very early, most men think she's being direct about wanting something serious. It's actually revealing she's trying to lock down commitment quickly, skip the natural relationship development process, or secure your investment before you've had time to evaluate whether she's actually right for you. What this actually means. This phrase reveals she's focused on securing commitment rather than building genuine connection. Women who ask about relationship direction on first dates or very early aren't patiently evaluating compatibility. They're trying to fast-track to commitment before you have enough information to make informed decisions. They want your answer to lock you in before you've seen who they really are. Notice the timing of when she asks this. If it's during the first date, before you've even established basic compatibility, she's not asking because the connection is so strong she needs to know. She's asking because she wants commitment secured quickly. Healthy relationship progression doesn't require defining the future before knowing each other. Watch how she responds to your answer. If you say you're open to serious relationships but want to get to know someone first, does she accept that as reasonable, or does she push for more concrete commitment? If she needs more definitive answers than the situation warrants, she's trying to extract promises before you have enough data to make them meaningfully. Pay attention to whether she's equally interested in knowing you or just securing your commitment. If she spends more time discussing relationship expectations, timelines, and future plans than actually learning about who you are as a person, she cares more about locking down commitment than genuine compatibility assessment. Observe if she presents this as protecting herself or as reasonable vetting. Some women frame early commitment questions as not wanting to waste time. But healthy vetting happens through spending time together and observing behavior over time, not through extracting verbal commitments on first dates. Rushing commitment is about insecurity, not efficiency. Notice whether she has specific timelines or expectations she mentions. If she talks about wanting to be engaged within a year, married by certain age, or having children on specific timeline, she's revealing she's filling a role in her life plan more than finding compatible partnership. You're being evaluated as potential placeholder in predetermined timeline, not as individual person. Why this reveals her intentions. This phrase reveals her intention is securing commitment quickly, rather than building genuine connection naturally. She either has timeline pressure driving her decisions, insecurity requiring quick commitment for validation, or awareness that you might not commit if you take time to know her fully. She's trying to get your investment before you have complete information about who she is. Phrase 5. I deserve someone who. When she talks about what she deserves, someone who treats her well, someone who meets her standards, someone who appreciates her, most men hear this as her having healthy self-esteem and knowing her worth. It's actually revealing entitlement mentality, where she believes she should receive without reciprocating, and you'll spend the relationship proving you're worthy of her while she evaluates whether you're meeting her standards. What this actually means. This phrase reveals she views relationships through an entitlement framework rather than mutual partnership. Women who talk about what they deserve are focused on what they should receive, not on what they'll contribute. They're positioning themselves as the prize you need to work to deserve, rather than viewing relationships as mutual partnerships where both people add value. Notice what specifically she says she deserves. If it's all about how she should be treated, what should be provided to her, or what standards partners should meet, she's outlining expectations for your performance, with no mention of what she'll contribute. She sees herself as the evaluator of whether you measure up, not as an equal partner. Watch whether she mentions what she offers, or only what she expects. If conversation is entirely about what she needs from a partner, without any discussion of what she brings to relationships, she has consumer mentality about dating. She's shopping for someone who meets requirements, not building mutual partnership. Pay attention to whether her deserving language comes from past hurt or from entitlement. If she mentions deserving better treatment because past partners treated her badly, she's processing past pain through current expectations, which means you'll be held responsible for proving you're different from men who hurt her. If it comes from general entitlement, she simply believes men should work to deserve her. Observe what happens if you express what you're looking for in return. If you mention qualities you value in a partner, does she acknowledge mutual standards as reasonable? Or does she seem offended that you would evaluate her the same way she's evaluating you? If she can assert what she deserves, but bristles at you having standards, she believes the evaluation should be one-directional. Notice if the deserve language connects to specific demands. Some women will say they deserve someone who earns certain income, provides particular lifestyle, or meets specific material requirements. When deserving language connects to tangible provisions, she's telling you that your value to her is what you can provide, not who you are. Why this reveals her intentions. This phrase reveals her intention is finding someone who meets her requirements and proves their worthiness of her, not building equal partnership. She sees relationships hierarchically, where she's the prize and you're the competitor trying to win her. You'll spend the relationship being evaluated against her standards, while she doesn't hold herself to reciprocal accountability. Phrase 6. I'm just seeing what's out there. When she says she's just seeing what's out there, keeping her options open, or casually dating, most men think she's being honest about not wanting to rush into anything. It's actually revealing you're one option among many. She's evaluating, she's not investing genuinely in getting to know you, and she'll drop you the moment someone she perceives as better comes along. What this actually means, this phrase reveals she's dating multiple people simultaneously and treating you as interchangeable option rather than unique individual. Women who emphasize keeping options open aren't being refreshingly honest. They're managing expectations so you won't hold them accountable when they're non-committal, flaky, or suddenly disappear because another option became more appealing. Notice when she mentions this. If it comes up when you're trying to make future plans or discussing seeing each other again, she's preventing you from expecting consistency or availability. She's pre-excusing future flakiness or unavailability by establishing that you're not a priority. You're an option she might pursue if nothing better materializes. Watch whether she seems proud of keeping options open or frames it as modern dating wisdom. If she presents it as smart strategy or self-protection, she's rationalized treating people as disposable commodities rather than individuals worthy of genuine attention. She's telling you not to expect investment from her because she's not investing, she's browsing. Pay attention to whether this changes based on the date quality. If you're having great connection and she still emphasizes keeping options open, she's either protecting against vulnerability by maintaining emotional distance, or she's genuinely not that interested and wants you to know your placeholder until someone more exciting appears. Observe if she asks whether you're dating others while emphasizing she's keeping options open. If she wants to know about your options while maintaining hers, she's competitive about having more options than you, or wants to ensure you're available to her while she explores alternatives. If she doesn't care about your dating situation, she's genuinely not invested enough to care. Notice whether the options language contradicts other signals. Some women say they're keeping options open while displaying behavior that suggests they want commitment from you specifically. This contradiction reveals manipulation, keeping you uncertain about where you stand, so you'll work harder to secure her interest while she maintains all the power in the dynamic. Why this reveals her intentions. This phrase reveals her intention is maintaining multiple options while preventing any single person from expecting genuine investment from her. You're being treated as interchangeable commodity in her dating portfolio, not as unique individual worthy of focused attention. She's telling you not to expect consistency, availability, or priority because she's distributing those resources across multiple prospects.